Hi, everybody. Welcome to the festival preview night. I'm Kristopher Pollard. I'm the membership manager. We are delighted you could join us tonight. This is very exciting. The festival is just around the corner. The films of the 2020 Milwaukee Film Festival were announced today, and you can find them all on mkefilm.org/MFF. And tonight, you're going to get some great places to start watching films once we kick it off on October 15th. And you're going to get those suggestions from the very people who choose the films for the festival. They are called programmers, our esteemed programmers. So you're going to have some real inside scoops on their favorite films from the varied programs of the festival. Do you like films about art? Great. Do you like comedies? Sure. Do you like documentaries that will chill you to the bone? Well, you know we've got those. So we've got you covered. We've got a lot of different things. Now you may be thinking, Kristopher, we're so excited for the films, obviously, but we're going to miss all the great discussions with directors and actors and all the wonderful panels with distinguished guests. And I say, no, you will not miss those because we have them. Let me tell you about them. We are going to have a robust and impressive events lineup just like every year. First of all, very excited, we have the Nightcap series. I like to make that face because it's a good title. The Nightcap series is Q&As every night of the festival at 8 p.m. Q&As with directors and actors and subjects of film. So every night, 8 p.m., tune in and you'll be able to catch all those Q&As. And then also all the panels that you're used to attending on great topics surrounding the films. Just check out the same page as I mentioned before, mkefilm.org/MFF, and click on our events page. That'll have all the details for you. Now you're probably thinking, I like to guess what you're thinking. Now you're probably thinking, Kristopher, an online film festival, I assume I need to be some sort of 80s computer hacker or software programmer to access it. That's also not true. I can barely run this computer, and most of my days I watch butterflies. But I easily access films already, and you can too. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. It's very easy. You can watch on your computer or your laptop. Done. Easy. Go there, boop, 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 and you're watching the movie. If you want to watch on your TV and you have a laptop, you can connect your laptop to your TV with a simple HDMI cord. Then you hit input on your remote control and access one of the HDMI channels, essentially turning your television into your laptop. That sounds computer hackery, but it's not. It's very, very easy. I've done it a million times. Also, if you want to watch on your TV, you don't want to mess with a wire, you can access the Milwaukee Film app, which we have this year. The app is available on 4 different devices. You can get a Roku, you can have your Amazon Fire TV, your Android TV, or missing Apple TV. All of those have the Milwaukee Film app, which you can download and you can watch our films that way. We'll have a lot more information on that, but that's a very easy way to do it as well. What's another really cool thing that we did, we have a quick quiz you can take that even gives you more information on your particular setup. So what you can do is go to mkefilm.org/howtofest, HOWTO fest, how to fest. This page has a lot of answers for you broadly, but after the first paragraph, it says how to watch, take the quiz. Click that, you'll answer some questions, and each question you answer takes you closer and closer to your particular setup at home and shows you how to watch our films. So that's a great resource. I highly recommend you doing that. If I haven't covered everything, that is no problem, because we also have mkefilm.org/help. That has 1 million answers, give or take. Well, roughly 1 million answers. It has a lot, covers a lot of information. And then if you would like to email one of us, you can email help@mkefilm.org. And we have a crack team of we're just a really good team of customer service people. That's clear. And we'll get back to you right away with help. So we have a whole sweet setup. It's going to be really easy, and I'm exhausted now. So that's enough for me. I'm going to rest. I'm very delicate. And I'm going to introduce our esteemed panel of programmers for tonight to tell you about their favorite films. Hopefully you'll find some must-see films to add to your list. And we got to start strong. Got to start strong tonight. So we have the programmer of programmers, our artistic director. What? Dr. Cara Ogburn. Oh, Cara!
Hey, Kristopher, and hey, everyone out there watching our preview. I'm Cara. I am the artistic director. And this evening, we're going to show you quite a few trailers, but I'm going to start by telling you a secret, which is if you are a true festival fan, you aren't going to only need films that have trailers. Some of the best films in our festival don't yet have trailers because they're so new. They're still seeking distribution. These are the films that really need your support, that need your eyeballs and your voice asking them questions in the nightcap Q&A each evening. So make sure you now write this down. I know you all have a pencil and paper because you're here to listen. The Donut King is a documentary about why all the donut shops in Southern California are run by Cambodian refugees. Don't miss The Donut King. We Don't Deserve Dogs. I think that title tells you if you liked Ketty a couple of years back, which was about cats. This is the same global take on why humans and dogs are so neatly connected and why we love dogs so much, as well as our Cream City Cinema program. Many of those films don't have a trailer yet because they haven't been picked up for distribution. But I know that our audience really cares deeply about what Milwaukee is making. So make sure you seek out those Cream City Cinema films. I'm going to talk briefly here first about one of the films that we're eager to welcome a pretty important guest with. Our centerpiece film, Coming Clean, is a documentary that explores the tragedies of the opioid crisis, but also finds some innovations in ways that activists and legislators are trying to seek change to improve conditions for those who are addicted to opioids. Andi Tomoner, the director, is well known for Dig, as well as We Live in Public, will be attending the festival in a panel, and we're really excited to welcome her. And then the film that you're going to see a trailer for here shortly is our opening night selection. You might think, opening night? I thought this was virtual. We aren't going to be able to get to the theater. Our opening night film will actually play throughout the entire festival, but on opening night, along with the other almost 200 films, you'll have access to I Used to Go Here, and the nightcap will have the director, Chris Ray, as well as a number of the actors from this charming comedy about kind of coming of age, but coming of age again, and what happens when you may have set the early part of your adulthood toward a different aspiration than what society may be telling you. And so here's the trailer for I Used to Go Here.
Hey, Michael. I just wanted to give you a call because it looks like you're still getting some pretty important mail.
Kate, just focus on the fact that you wrote a book. That is huge.
Turn and show me your baby bump. Smile.
Guess where I am?
Where? In Carbondale.
Welcome back, right?
David Kirkpatrick brought me down to do a reading. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Kate was in my very first class ever as a professor.
How's your book doing?
Not as good as I would have hoped.
What would you think about teaching here?
Teaching here.
It would be nice to have you here again, Kate.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I used to live here.
Seriously?
Hey, we're having a party. You should come.
I used to dance in this room like 15 years ago.
I was in kindergarten 15 years ago.
The whole thing is very restrained.
I could go for a little restraint.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Well, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
You want to see something?
Yeah.
What happened with you and your boyfriend?
You mean my fiance?
Were you hoping you guys would get back together?
Oh, I'm so pathetic. Life is not like school, all right? It's all like possibility for you.
Are you coming back?
And now I'd like to welcome our next programmer, our programming director, Kerstin Larson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kerstin, and I programmed a whole bunch of fiction films for the festival this year. But I really want you to check out Kwesipan. Starts with a K, so you can find it. It's a Canadian film, and I think it's the new Smoke Signals, and everybody loves Smoke Signals, so everyone's going to love Kwesipan. It's a Canadian film about two friends who live on an Innu reservation in Quebec, and they both come from two different backgrounds. They're like opposite attracts best friends, where one of them is from a very stable family. The other one has been living by herself for a pretty long time. And it's a great coming of age, end of high school type of story. So very bittersweet, but really authentic teenage performances. And it's about the transition when one of them's about to go to college, the other one's staying behind on the reservation, and just sort of the tensions between identity and friendship and family. So it'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll teach you about a new culture that you probably don't know about. And it's adapted from a book by the same name. So I think you'll probably want to check that out after you watch the movie and recommend it to everybody that you know. But if you like more movies about strong ladies and learning about new cultures, so ladies and learning are my keywords for these recommendations, I would also recommend Made in Bangladesh, The Perfect Candidate, and Identifying Features. So check those all out. But first, we're going to watch the trailer for Kwesipan.
Ici, on dit Nui Chewan. Ça veut dire mon ami. Mais moi, je t'appelle Neshim. Comme une sœur.
Faudrait que t'aies ta maison à toi.
On s'en construirait une maison.
Tu sais, avec un jacuzzi en plus. T'as dit ma tout dinner quand t'as moi toi de volleyball.
Volleyball.
Je vois qu'on a des nouveaux en plus. Que ça fait longtemps que t'écris.
Oui, quand même.
Le monde était surpris là, de voir une fille de la réserve à l'atelier. Genre, on dirait qu'ils se mélangent pas à nous autres, là, les blancs. Arc. Ouais, c'est vraiment dégueulasse ce que je viens de dire, hein. Ok, je recommence.
Pensais-tu que j'allais mettre du Kerstin?
Ben quoi? C'est bon.
Du Kerstin?
C'est qui, lui? Un gars à mon atelier.
Un blanc?
Ouh, un blanc.
J'ai décidé de m'inscrire au cégep l'année prochaine à Québec. Francis, il vient avec moi.
On dirait que t'as plus de fierté. C'est pas les autres qui ont changé, c'est toi! J'en ai plus assez bon rapport!
Francis, là, il me connaît mieux que toutes vos autres!
Si tout le monde, là, fait comme toi, on serait plus là.
On vient tellement de deux mondes, genre totalement différents, là.
Mon centre du monde se situe dans une baie, recouverte de neige 6 mois par année. Je crois qu'il est possible, sans s'en rendre compte, que le lieu qu'on habite déteigne sur soi. Et d'accepter docilement que nous sommes nés sans envergure. La fierté est quelque chose qui se construit. Pour se tenir droit, il faut d'abord croire qu'on est légitime. Faut peut-être d'abord connaître la captivité pour se figurer ce que c'est que la liberté. Je veux pas être plate, mais ton popsicle, il me coule dans le dos.
And now we're going to have our Black Lens programmer, Donte McFadden.
Hi there, everyone. This is Donte McFadden, here to talk to you about a few selections from the Black Lens program for the 2020 Milwaukee Film Festival. So Cara had mentioned that there are some trailers out there, or rather films that don't have trailers. One of them that I would recommend for Black Lens is Unapologetic. It speaks to the moment that we're in right now. It looks at two young Black women who are at the forefront of the movement for Black lives in Chicago, protesting against police-involved violence and killings. And another film that's worth checking out in Black Lens, which has a small trailer is River City Drumbeat. That is set in Louisville, a city that's been in the news for rather tragic reasons. And it's talking about a drum corps with an African-centered focus that's been organized by someone in the community for the last 30 years. But I want to talk specifically about Dark City Beneath the Beat. This is a film that's set in Baltimore, and it looks at the underground club scene, both in terms of dance, both in terms of club beats, DJing, so on and so forth. So it's a different portrait than what you get from The Wire. I think it's about Baltimore here and now. And here is the trailer for that film.
Growing up in Baltimore was crazy. People die young here. People get misguided very fast too.
I done seen a whole lot walking on these sidewalks. I done seen a whole lot walking on these sidewalks. I done seen a whole lot walking on these sidewalks. Walking on these sidewalks. Dope fiends online, waiting on that crack pipe. Who gonna save them from hard times and dark nights? 5-0s and POs, they only bring you strife. I'm just trying to blow my trio, just let me get my life.
Baltimore club music, it's like a rush, raw, energy. It's everything, it's emotion. In Baltimore, you have to fight for respect. We dance in the streets because we don't have anywhere else to go now.
Thank you. And I turn it over to Aster Gilbert, who is the programmer for GenreQueer.
Hello, I'm Aster, the GenreQueer coordinator at Milwaukee Film, and I'm really excited to help bring to you this year an amazing slate of GenreQueer films, some of the best queer films of the year we're going to have right here at the Virtual Film Festival. But one in particular that I want to highlight is called Alice Jr. This is one of my favorites. It's a Brazilian teen comedy about a trans girl in high school who's looking for her first kiss. But her world is turned upside down when she has to relocate from the big city to a small town for her father's work. It's filled with eye-popping visuals like YouTube videos, because Alice is a YouTuber, and also like TikTok memes, which I hear are very popular these days. Alice Jr. is a really spunky and heartwarming film that's about the importance of building community. But don't take my word for it. Watch this awesome trailer.
Oi, gente, eu sou a Alice Júnior.
A menina jamais.
Alice, eu tenho 14 anos e escolhi me chamar Marcela. O que acha? Eu acho linda, Marcela.
Alice.
Quando eu escolhi meu nome... Pai, eu tô gravando. Você precisa de mim pra quê?
Que você faça as suas malas, a gente vai se mudar.
Sem amigos, sem carreira, sem beijo na boca. E agora pra completar, sem sinal.
Só uma pequena mudança, só alguns meses.
Eu não tô falando com o senhor, esqueceu?
Alice, faz essa força. Travesti não deita, amiga.
Não faça essa barra, amiga. Fala isso porque não foi tu que foi arrastada pro cu do planeta Terra pelo teu pai.
Logo, logo você vai estar cercada de amigos de novo.
Como vai ser esse colégio daqui?
É um colégio católico.
Não, pai, sério. Fudeu.
Bota a cara no sol, Mona!
Com licença, professor.
Viados ficam por último.
Um beijo pra quem é DJ, um beijo pra quem é MC.
Oi, meu nome é Viviane. Você é transexual, não é?
Fazer amizade com o travesti do ensino médio passa longe dos meus planos de sobrevivência.
É a travesti do ensino médio.
Um beijo pra travesti.
Ei, precisa de ajuda?
Tava só fugindo da webmala.
A Viviane? Quem nunca?
Ai, caralho.
Que foi?
Precisa refazer o tucking.
Quê?
Não sei não.
Viviane Amorim, você já beijou na boca?
Ai, que pergunta mais infantil, Alice.
Você disse que acha alguns meninos do colégio bonitos. Quero nomes.
Oi, Alice. Esse é o Bruno, meu namorado.
Thaisa fala mal bem de você, sabia? Que você é mó linda.
Você namoraria uma menina trans? Você não vai brigar com alguém do seu tamanho?
Quem seria esse? Você é o Paraíba de merda?
Nossa Senhora da Redenção vai ter que engolir uma aluna trans, sim. E quem não gostar, que vá a merda.
Segura essa mariba!
Vocês me conhecem como Alice Júnior. Sou trans, sou osso duro de roer e estou pronta pro que der e vier. E você? Quem é?
Pretty cool, right? I also want to give a shout out to another one of my favorite films called Dramarama, which is a coming-of-age film that's kind of like if The Breakfast Club was super gay and mixed with Clue, which I think appeals to literally everybody. And now I'm going to turn it over to our education manager, Marielle.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to talk to you about some instant family film classics in our Rated K program this year. So step aside, Annie. Move over, Wizard of Oz. Just kidding, I could never. But we can add some more classics to the roster. So first I want to point out a Belgian feature called Binti. This buoyant and heartwarming story stars Bebel Chiani-Balogi as Binti. And she's a Congolese expat with a passion and talent for vlogging. And she and her father, who's played by her actual real-life father, who's a hip-hop artist named Bajoli, or called Bajoli, are just trying to lead normal lives as undocumented immigrants in Belgium. And so when their communal flat is raided by the police, they escape and sort of stumble into an equally creative, dynamic, quirky, compassionate world of a mother and son duo. So we'll see what happens there. But you will laugh, you'll cry, you'll learn about okapis, and it's so much fun. And while we're on the subject of films that are really great for ages 9 and up, I also want to point out H is for Happiness. It's based on a best-selling book. It's visually stunning, it's exuberant, emotionally rich, and also really offbeat. So I also highly recommend that. And while you're on the Rated K, I guess, virtual pages of our program, I do want to point out that we have a shorts program for teens called Juniors, just keeping with the size small, medium, large theme. So please check it out. There's some gorgeous animation, poetry, and really moving stories about teens going beyond their comfort zones. So without further ado, let's look at the trailer for Binti.
Ik ben Binti en dit is Elias. Welkom op mijn kanaal! Okapi Wonder, kom maar! Ik verkoop koekjes voor de okapis.
Mama, er is een meisje en die verkoopt iets.
Ik ben een jongen.
Ze heeft ongelooflijk veel moed en talent. Geef haar liefde en een daverend applaus, want hier is de enige echte Let's Go!
Pourquoi tu décroches pas ton téléphone, toi?
Maar we mochten bellen naar de bibliotheek. Flikken!
Dis bien.
De politie wil ons oppakken. We hebben niks gedaan hoor. We hebben geen papieren. Ik ben mijn papa kwijt. Papa! Elias! Papa zegt, als je geen papieren hebt, dat je dan wel leeft, maar niet bestaat. Ik heb 1000 abonnees op mijn kanaal. Dat besta ik toch? Binti, je moet een video maken voor de Okapi-sites om bewustzijn te creëren. Take 23. Yo, ik ben Elias. Take 86. Cause I'm a big, big girl in a big, big club with a lot of stuff and sometimes I'm lost but I don't
So I hope you enjoyed this glimpse of all the awesome films that are offered in the Milwaukee Film Festival this year. And now that you've gotten super excited to watch some films, let's bring back all the programmers.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate you watching. I hope you got some good recommendations. This is, like she said, just a tiny portion of the films of the festival. So dig in right now, mkefilm.org/MFF, and click on films. Now, this is pretty much the end. We're all going to say goodbye. But if you want a more in-depth explanation of how it's going to work, how to access the films, how to use your TV, blah, 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 Jamie Webb is going to join us right now, and he's going to do a bit more of an in-depth demonstration about that. But for us, for me, and the programmers, again, thank you so much for coming back. Your support means the world to us. And have a good festival. Enjoy the films.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, hey everybody. I'm Jamie Webb. I'm part of the incredible operations team here at Milwaukee Film, and part of my job is handling customer service for the Milwaukee Film Festival. I'm going to give you some hopefully helpful hints, pointers, and we'll do a quick walkthrough of the purchasing and viewing process for this year's virtual film festival. So first of all, here's a few things that we encountered during the Minority Health Film Festival just a couple of weeks ago, and so hopefully these will just help with anybody who's having any issues in the early parts. So tickets are only valid for 48 hours after you click play. So it's not from the time of purchase, it's just from when you click play. So you can make the purchase, and if you're not ready to watch right away, just hold off clicking play until you are ready, and then you have 48 hours to finish the film. If you had a pass for the Minority Health Film Festival, that pass is now gone, and you will need to create a new pass for the upcoming Milwaukee Film Festival. I'll send you instructions in the days leading up to the new festival, so no need to worry there. If you are yet to buy a pass, you can do so now by visiting mkefilm.org/MFF. Just scroll down to where it says passes and do your thing. Tickets will be available and on sale first day of the festival from 4 p.m. on October 15th. Whether you are a ticket or a pass holder, we are encouraging all customers to use the film guide, the online film guide, as much as possible. It's the best place to find all of the film information before getting to the viewing process. Think of the film guide as your program book. In years past, that's where you would look up all of the films and figure out what you wanted to see and do all of your planning there. And CineSend, which is our virtual screening platform, think of that as the cinema, as the Oriental Theatre, the Times, the Avalon. That's just where you're going to go to view the film. If you're a pass holder, the web browser has good levels of information and good functionality, but the TV apps have greatly reduced capability. And so, as I say, we ask that you use the film guide to navigate the festival, and then just head on over to CineSend when you're ready to watch the films. Speaking of the TV apps, they are only available on TV. I know we're all used to having apps on our mobile device, but our apps are only capable for TV download and viewing. When it comes to customer service and helping you all out, we will do our utmost to help you solve all issues. But sometimes there are forces working outside of our control. As with all virtual events, we are at the mercy of technology. Sometimes devices, browsers, internet connections will not play nice. And unfortunately, we are not able to scale your telephone pole and poke around in your internet connections. We'll do everything else that we can up to that point, but that's beyond our scope. We have put together some useful tools to hopefully help you navigate the festival. First of all, if you're feeling fairly confident and just are looking for a brief overview of the virtual processes, you can go to mkefilm.org/howtofest. So like I say, a brief overview will give you everything you need to know on buying, viewing, apps, all of that good stuff. Alternatively, if you need a little bit more information or just looking to get all of the information, you can go to mkefilm.org/help. This is where we have compiled all of our information, everything we know about buying, viewing, troubleshooting that pesky technology, and hopefully we'll be able to provide an answer before having to reach out or before you get to the point where you can't figure out what's going on. As I said, we will investigate every instance of poor playback, every issue that comes through to us, we will look into. But if we aren't finding any issues in our system, we just ask for a little extra patience and understanding as we try our best to figure out what's going on. You're going to hear a lot of, have you tried turning on and off again? Could you try using a different web browser, Chrome, Firefox, clearing your browser history, using a different device, or simply returning to the movie at a different time, maybe an hour or so later, maybe the next day. That's going to be a lot of things that we ask you to do. So if you have the opportunity to try some of those things first, that would be of a great help. When it comes to viewing films, there are certain restrictions based on the virtual nature of the festival. All films are restricted to viewers in the US, but some will be restricted to viewers in Wisconsin only. That's where we ask that you read the film descriptions. It will be listed in the film description if it's Wisconsin only. Some films will also have time and date restrictions. Those films won't be available for the entirety of the festival, just a few days, just a weekend, just a week. It's very few and far between, but again, we just ask that you check in the film description to make sure that the film is within the date that you're looking for. Finally, some films also have a limited number of views. If there is a film that you are very much looking forward to watching, we ask that you get in and watch it sooner rather than later. We will try and keep you up to date with once we get close to the limits on views. But yeah, always best to just get in there and start watching it as early as you can. And a final reminder, the festival will end at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, October 29th. All films will be removed from the site at that time. So even if you're halfway through watching, it will be gone. So you want to start watching before, have a quick look at the runtime, make sure it doesn't run past 11:59 on October 29th, and you should be good. Finally, if you are having any issues and you have checked the website, you've checked How to Fest, and you've checked help pages, you can reach out to us by emailing help@mkefilm.org. When you do so, please be as detailed as possible when you're describing any issues that you're encountering. If you could tell us if you are a pass holder or a ticket holder, tell us the name of the film, the device or the browser that you're using, and if possible, grab a screenshot of any error message or any places that you're inputting information, just so that we can have a quick look where you're at and what potentially the issue could be. Again, that email is going to go to our trusty team of customer service staff, and we will do everything that we can to solve that issue as quickly as possible. So now I'm going to go through just a quick run through of the ticket buying, pass buying process, straight up to clicking play and watching. So as in years past, we've got two ways to watch a film. You can buy an individual ticket, or you can buy a pass that gets you access to all of the films. So if you are buying a ticket, you should head on over to our website to visit the Milwaukee Film Festival Film Guide. So that's going to be found at mkefilm.org/MFF. Scroll down to films, click on that, and it's going to take you to the film guide. You're going to see a list of all of the films in the festival. Once you've decided what film you want to see, click on more info, and you're going to see a click here to purchase ticket button. Click on that, and the purchasing process should be very similar, if not exactly the same as in years past. You'll be prompted to sign in if you're a member, and that's where you can do so to get your member price on the tickets. Once you've completed the purchase, the only difference that you're going to see when you get to that end order confirmation is there will now be a click here to watch now button. If you aren't ready to watch now, you can exit out at this point and you just come back to your confirmation email. The click here to watch now button will be there in the confirmation email when you're ready to watch. But if you are ready to watch now, then you're going to click that button and you're going to be transported to the viewing page. You're going to be given two options. One is click to watch on this device. to watch now on this device, and the second is to watch on the TV app. If you're ready to watch now, click view on this device. The big play button is going to pop up. You just click play and you are all set. You've got 48 hours from that point to finish watching the film. If you are looking to utilize one of the TV apps, you're going to click on view on watch on a TV app, and you underneath the screening window, you will see a 9-digit ticket code. This is the ticket code that you need to enter into CineSend to watch the movie. So if you go into your app on the homepage, there will be a ticket holder box and a member login box. Under the ticket holder box, you're going to enter the 9-digit code. Alternatively, if you're returning to watch the film and you want to do so in our CineSend platform, you can go to watch.mkefilm.org. That same ticket holder box will show up. Input that 9-digit code there, and you're ready to go. Remember, 48 hours from clicking play to watch the film. So that is the ticket buying process. You can watch on a mobile device, tablet, laptop, and on your TV. If you are a pass holder, we're gonna go over how you set up your pass and watch from there. So pass holders will receive an email from me in the days leading up to the festival that is titled Creating Your Virtual Pass, Milwaukee Film Festival. Within that email will be step-by-step instructions on how to create the pass. So have a quick look at those and you should be set when you receive the next email. The next email should come not long after that, and it's from CineSend, and it's entitled Milwaukee Film On Demand Invite. This is the email that has the link to setting up your pass. And again, just a reminder, if you have already done this process for Minority Health Film Festival, you're still going to have to redo this process for Milwaukee Film Festival. It's a different festival, different setup. So now on to the setup. So click into the CineSend email, and there's a big red join button. You click on the join button, you'll be taken to our watch.mkefilm.org site. Automatically populated should be your name and email address. If you do want to change any of that information, you can do so at that point, but hopefully it's correct and you can just continue on from there. Underneath that is a password box that should be empty. You simply have to enter a password, click create account, and your pass has been created. You're going to be directed into our festival, our virtual screening festival platform, where you should be able to see all of the films that are showing in the festival. If we are before October 15th, if we are prior to 4 p.m. on October 15th, you'll still be able to see all of the films, but the play button won't be activated yet. You'll have to wait until 4 p.m. on October 15th. Then the play buttons will show up and you just click into the film page, click play, and you are ready to go. So that's a quick overview of some of the issues that we encountered in the Minority Health Film Festival, some things that we've found out as we have built the site, and just a quick pass and ticket buying overview. So hopefully that answers a bunch of questions, or some questions, or one question that you may have or may have had, and that will be of some help to you. As I said, utilizing the mkefilm.org/howtofest for a brief overview of the festival, and mkefilm.org/help for a much more in-depth view of the virtual processes. And then as the last resort, you can email us at help@mkefilm.org, and we will do everything we can to get you on your way viewing all of these wonderful festival films. But that is it from me right now. If you have any questions in the chat, we'll do our best to answer them. Or again, reach out, help@mkefilm.org, and we'll answer any question we can for you. Thanks. Bye.